Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Cooking for the Family. I'm Devon and today I'm going to share with you how to make my super simple chocolate pound cake. This cake comes out so moist and so tender. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to share this very quick and simple recipe with you. Are you ready? Let's get started. So first what we're going to do is we're going to divide our mini semi-sweet chocolate chips. And so in my bowl I have 3/4 cup of mini semi-sweet chocolate chips. And in the other bowl, in my measuring cup, I had just the 1/4 cup. Now to that we're going to add a teaspoon of flour, and that's just regular all-purpose flour because that's going to help our chocolate chips to distribute throughout our pound cake without sinking just to the bottom. Now we're going to be using our box cake, and this is going to be Devil's Food box cake. I love to use the Devil's Food when I'm making this pound cake. Next we're going to use our Jell-O pudding, and this is instant Jell-O pudding that we're using, and that is the 3.9 ounce package of the Jell-O pudding. Now this recipe is part of my series of 12 days of cookies and holiday treats, and if you haven't seen those vlogs, I invite you to watch them. I have some wonderful recipes for Christmas cookies and holiday treats. Now to my mixer, I added a 1/2 cup of milk, and you can use either whole milk or 2% milk, and then I also added a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. Now once I have those ingredients to my mixer, I'm going to add in my eggs, and I have 4 large eggs that are at room temperature, and I like to add the eggs in one at a time so that way the eggs have a chance to really blend and get incorporated with the cake mix and our Jell-O pudding as well. Now you want to be mindful of any ingredients that may gather at the bottom of your bowl, so you for sure want to use your spatula like I did and just kind of mix at the bottom of the bowl. And now next what we're going to do is we're going to add in our sour cream. And this is 1 cup of sour cream, and you want to add it slowly to your mixer and your ingredients, just like I'm doing. Because this pound cake, it's going to come out nice and tender, but you don't want to rush the sequence of your ingredients. Now in the description box below, I'm going to have a list of all the ingredients you need to make this delicious, easy chocolate pound cake. And hey, if you are new to my channel, welcome. And if you're a returner, welcome back. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I invite you to hit that subscribe button. And if you like this video and appreciate the content, don't forget to show it some love and give it a thumbs up. Now once we have our ingredients are all in our bowl, that last 10% I like to just use my paddle and use my spatula to finish mixing our ingredients, because we don't want to over mix our cake, okay? And we want to make sure that we've gotten anything that could have gathered at the bottom of the bowl. Now what we're going to do is I put in those semi-sweet chocolate chips, and those are mini semi-sweet chocolate chips that we're using, and that was 3¼ cup of those mini semi-sweet chocolate chips, and just mix everything around. Now be sure that when you add those mini semi-sweet chocolate chips, you do not want to add that additional excess flour, okay? Now we're going to use some baking cocoa. Now this step right here, guys, this step right here can be a little messy, but in my opinion, the results that you get are so worth it. What we're going to do is I took my bundt pan and I sprayed it with some non-stick spray. Now instead of using flour, we're going to use this baking cocoa. What it's going to do is when our pound cake bakes up, it's going to have a nice, beautiful, even layer of that cocoa on the outside, and you're not going to have any dusting of flour that could be on our chocolate pound cake. It makes for a better presentation, and that extra cocoa that bakes up on the outside of our cake is just so delicious. It just really adds something extra yummy. Now cocoa powder is very clumpy. It can clump up, so don't worry if you get a little clumps around the edge or the side of your bundt pan, because like I said, baking cocoa can be very clumpy. And just do what I'm doing here. You want to be very thorough and put that baking cocoa all around the rim, all around the side, and all around that center funnel, okay, of our bundt pan. And it's going to take a few tablespoons of that baking cocoa to really thoroughly coat your bundt pan. But like I said, the results are going to be so nice when you're baking up our chocolate pound cake. Now next what we're going to do is we're going to go on and clean off our countertop, and then we're going to add in our ingredients that we had in our bowl for our chocolate pound cake. Now while we are doing this, I have my oven and it's preheating on 350 degrees, and our pound cake is going to bake up for 50 to 60 minutes. Okay, and also when you put your pound cake in, make sure you have a nice even layer. So our pound cake has baked up for 60 minutes. We're going to let it cool right here on our cooling rack in the pan, and then once it's cooled, we're going to go on and turn it out onto our cake pan. Okay, y'all, it's the moment of truth. Are you ready? Let's see how our cake has come out. It's almost like we're holding our breath. So our cake is nice and cool. Let's see how we did. You want to do one quick swoop, okay? Just one fluid motion when you're turning your cake out, just like I did. And then you want to just gently rock it and then lift up. Wow, look at that. Oh my gosh. It has come out so nicely, y'all. Do you see that nice dusting of that cocoa powder? But we are not done yet, y'all. I'm going to use some of this frosting that I got from the store, and we're going to use about a third to about a half of this frosting. I'm going to put it in my microwave, and I'm just going to microwave it for 5 to 10 seconds. So that way we can go on and just drizzle it all over our beautiful chocolate pound cake. Because you know what, this cake, it comes out so good that we just have to adorn it with some beautiful frosting. And so you just want to melt it for about 5 to 10 seconds in your microwave. And then those chocolate chips, remember those semi-sweet chocolate chips that we had set to the side, that fourth of a cup? We're going to finish off our pound cake with some of those semi-sweet mini chocolate chips. And this is how you want it to be. You want it to be this nice, just pourable consistency of your chocolate frosting, just like that. And also you want to make sure that it's cool. And so when I'm moving it around in my bowl and I'm kind of aerating it, I'm kind of cooling off the frosting, because you don't want to put hot or too warm frosting on your cake. You don't want to do that, okay? And so just go all around the sides, just like that. And I just kind of go back and forth, and I'm just making some little drizzle marks, just like that. And let me tell you, it just smells so good. This cake smells so good, and it just has such a beautiful presentation. So if you are going to that family gathering, that Christmas party, this is a great, great cake to take. It does not take much to make this cake, and it comes out so nicely and just so beautifully, y'all. So once we have our frosting all over our cake, then we're going to give it a try, and we're going to cut into it, y'all. We're going to see how we did. Let's see what the inside of our chocolate pound cake is looking like. I cannot wait to show what our cake is looking like to y'all. Wow. Yes. Look at that. You can see those little bits and pieces of those semi-sweet chocolate chips, those minis in there. But you know what? I'm going to give y'all this bite. Go on, that bite's for you. Okay, now let me give it a try. Let's see how we did. It is so good, nice and chocolatey. The consistency of this pound cake is right in that sweet spot where it's got that, pound cake is normally pretty heavy, so it's got that little bit of that thickness, but it's just very tender, it's very light. Well, I hope you are enjoying my series of 12 days of cookies and holiday treats. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, go on and hit that subscribe button. And if you like this video, don't forget to hit share and share it with a friend or a family. And remember, it is always good when Devon is cooking for the family. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.